everybody. Welcome to April. Super fun. I hope you all are surviving with the whole staying at home thing. We are managing, surviving, but that's not why you came to watch this video, right? You came to see because my title says a whopping number of layouts in March. And do you see this stack? It is this tall. This tall. And I did 38 layouts in March. And I am shocked. I'm not sure how I had the time, but the only thing I can think of is I did recently change my work schedule. So I did have time, and with this whole stay-at-home thing, my son is going to my mother-in-law's for bigger chunks of time, and he's just staying there because it's just easier for him to stay overnight. So there are days that I get done earlier now, and I can come home and do whatever the heck I want instead of doing responsible things. I'm scrapbooking. There was also a crop I was supposed to be at this month that I didn't get to go to in March. And then we had an online crop at Paper Issues, and that's still going. So if you still want in on some of the entries, I don't believe things are due until the 6th. So you have until next Monday. But so many fun challenges. There's 26 challenges total. I have only done, I printed them all out. Let's see. I've done 15, so a little over half of them, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have 6 more I want to try to get done. So besides the regular monthly challenges, there's also those, but the March one's obviously over. April's probably posted. They weren't last time I looked, but I'm guessing they are now. So yeah, I did 38 layouts in March. So I'm super proud of myself. I don't know if I showed this last time, but I have this chart where you color in, and so I was so close to being caught up through March. I had 4 left, but I'm hoping I can just do a bunch really quick here in the beginning of April and maybe get caught up in April and into coloring in the May numbers so I can get kind of ahead of schedule since I will have some time here that I'll be home. Obviously, with some of this free time as well, I'm going to be doing some home improvement type things, painting, whatnot, and it's spring, so spring cleaning, etc. But I wanted to go through my 38 layouts. Now, one of the layouts in here is for a hop that's happening this Saturday on Instagram, Paper Issues Happiness Hop. And if I get to it, I'm going to quickly move it off to the side. But I might not remember which one it is at the moment. I'm hoping I do. I think I can see it. I think it's about halfway down. So we'll see. But I'll kind of tell you what challenges I did these for and what I used. So this first one, and they're kind of in reverse order from what I did them. So this one I used the current Paper Issues March sketch that we have going on. I wanted to take another stab at it because I did do it. There's another layout that I also did the sketch. And this was a fussy cutting challenge. So I fussy cut all these icons out of one of the 12 by 12s of Chamel's field trip. And I love the way this turns. I love this layout. It's super fun. It was lots of fun. I had fussy cut these a long time ago, so it was nice I didn't have to do the work now. And I have the paper pad, so I have a whole nother sheet that I could fussy cut more if I wanted to. But just a super random day, layout, nothing, not a special day or anything, just hanging out with my kid with all his toys in my bed. So this is for one of the crop challenges. And I did some mixing of challenges. Shh, don't tell anybody. I'm sure they've noticed, but I don't care if I don't win prizes because I didn't follow the rules. That doesn't matter to me. I also did this for a crop challenge. This one I did for, it was like green grass of home. So you could do green, outside, or life at home. And so this was my son meeting my grandma for the first time. And I also did this for, Confessions of a Paper Addict. They were doing challenges for her birthday month. So I did this for one of the challenges. I believe it was Sandy's Countdown Challenge. So I did that as well. Used up a bunch of my December Paper Issues kit, which was super fun. Did a ton of different things on it. Yeah, just a fun random layout. I should start trying to pick like piles. I should probably organize these by piles so that when I have to put them in albums, we're all good. All right, so that is a random 2019. This is 2013. This is a pocket page I did for one of the crop challenges. I believe it's called Bohemian Rhapsody. And then I also used it for Mercy Tiara's Anything But 12 by 12 challenge. And I used Chamel's Never Grow Up, right? Yes. Never Grow Up, and it's just a bunch of the photos, and I did a ton of journaling because there's going to be pages before and after it about our trip to a zoo on our vacation that we took just this last summer. So there's that. Super simple. This is another page for that same trip. Huge title. I kind of based it off a sketch that was for the Mercy Tiara challenge, but this was for the Welcome to the Jungle challenge for the crop, the Paper Issues crop. And so I decided to go with it and use that as my title, but then the zoo had all these fun aspects of, they had it all divided up into areas and continents. So I just, like, we were the jungle, forest, safari, desert, and the outback. So, and this was just a random, my favorite bird, the kookaburra. So, and just a couple pictures of us. So this will be in that album as well for that vacation. This was another crop challenge. This was under the Boardwalk. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, when I'm saying the crop challenge names, they're all song titles. So we had like and these were all mixtapes. So it was like a giant mixtape theme. So it was under the Boardwalk, beach, vacation, under a boardwalk, or, you know, ocean related. These are all lake, beach, vacation pictures. And I used the Vicky Booten Let's Wander and her background already made backgrounds, which is awesome. And these are leftovers from a cut file from Paper Issues that I used as well. So lots of fun with that one. This was that same vacation. I'm trying to get all those photos done. These two layouts were for the same challenge. I did 2 of them because they're essentially the same pictures, slightly different shots of the same picture. We were trying to get pictures of my grandpa, all the great grandkids, or the greats, in a picture. But I did these for my niece's album because I did this next page was for my son's album. So these are for both my niece's albums who are in this pictures. So this was, what challenge was it? It was like a recipe challenge, but I can't remember what it was called. Oh, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So you had to have 2 alpha fonts. So I have these and these. Florals. I tucked some florals in here and there. Black and white photos, pattern paper only. I have no cardstock and chipboard. And I don't have a lot of chipboard. I don't have a lot of collections that have chipboard anymore. But I had this in I believe this is my November, October kit from Paper Issues. So I used that for both these layouts. So I used up some embellishments too. I used up some of this stuff, and I kind of kept it consistent between this page and the other one just to keep it simple for myself. But I did that one for that challenge and this one. So same 2 pictures, just kind of different shots. And then use the insides of those letters. And yeah, chipboard, florals, all pattern paper. Same. So 2 different layouts for 2 different albums. And then this is the one for my son's album. So this, which I don't know why I didn't just flip the whole thing. Hold on. I'm not sure what order, direction all of these are in. This one I did for Borderline Challenge, which is the challenge I kind of decided on for the crop. And it was to use only 1 pattern paper, and everything else had to be border strips, branding strips, border stickers, washi tape. So it had to be all strips. Oh gosh. Besides obviously regular embellishments, but. So I did a live, which you can go onto Paper Issues and check that out. We keep all our lives on the Facebook page. I'm not sure how long they keep them, but they're on there. I'm gonna just glue this down a little bit while I'm talking to you. And I did this as a live and showed everybody the rolling or looping technique, and some people did it as well, and it was super fun to see other ways to do it because you could take this technique and do it many different ways. I would say I did not come up with this. Someone else has shown me how to do it. I just don't remember. I've seen it somewhere. But this is the photo that I'm putting in my son's album of the same photo shoot that we got. But yeah, these are all branding strips from new collections that I'm using, old collections. I just kind of toss all my branding strips in one spot. And so it was a fun way to put some texture on a page. It's 2019. This is the first photo and the only photo I can find of my son's baptism. So this was for one of the challenges. I think it's something with stitching. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember what the challenge is called, but it was stitching, so I made sure to do stitching. I stitched all the way around this and then did a frame stitch as well, and I used some snowflake. And I think this was my December kit or something like that. So that one, 2013, that album. This was for the watercolor challenge. These are photos of my son and our cat. And I'm a huge fan of Dumbo. I love Dumbo so much. So I made this really long title, which is the lyrics to the song from Dumbo. And I did my own watercoloring of Dumbo, if you can tell what that is. And I used Coco Vanilla Studio Legendary. And I love this collection. I can't wait to dig more into it. I just have so many other things I'm trying to use up. But I wanted to dig into it, so I at least touched it and played with it for this layout. So that was really fun. This was for the just free cut file this month challenge. I don't have too many more crap challenges, I don't think. We'll see. So this was me using Vicki Boutin Let's Wander and more of that vacation that we took, and just one of the free cut files from Paper Issues. This was one of the layouts I did for my series, if you haven't seen that yet. Every Friday, well, it used to be Friday. Now it's turned into every Sunday because I was a slacker, and now I'm going to keep it on Sundays. But it's use up the things, so I had a bin. This is the bin, actually. And I used all the things except for a few tiny things were left over, and I just moved them on to the next bin. And I just have these stars left over, so I'm going to keep those. But I just had random bits that whenever I'm working on a layout, I toss them in there, whatever's left over. And so I wanted to use that up. And then this month, we'll be using up more things. I have like old partial kits and stuff that we're going to try and use up. But this was one. This was also, I did this for the alphabet challenge from Mercy Tiara. And it was like, use as many of the alphabet things that you could. And it was just a fun, random water day at the lake. So did that. Lots of fun stuff. A lot of stuff from Creative Cuts on that layout. This I played with the new Pretty Little Studio. Love this. Is her first Ferris wheel ride just this last year. This was so much fun. This I did as a surprise live and did a little mixed media background, and I did the Take 5 challenge, which was one of my favorite challenges at Paper Issues. So there's that. This was for... Oh, it's a cluster, a regular monthly challenge from Paper Issues. And I also did the Freaky Fest formula at the scrap room to kind of create this one. Used some Heidi Swap art walk. And then also I found this in some old storyline stuff that I have from Heidi Swap. And these are just random embellishments from my stash as well. So that was a fun layout of just this last summer. Catching fish. This is for the crop... yeah, this was for the crop, and it was like a circle challenge, so you do a bunch of circles. I feel like I did it for another reason too, and I can't think of why at the moment. I think I did a video, and I don't remember why. Oh, this was for, I know what this was for. This was for Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. I was like, I did something with it, so you can find that video on my YouTube channel. Used just tons of circles. Used up all these circles in this Pink Fresh Studio collection, so that was fun. This I did for a Mercy Tiara challenge, I think, or Confessions of Paper Addict. I don't remember. I'm not really sure why I did this layout, but I know I did. I had to use so many items, and I'm not sure, guys. There was, like I said, 38 layouts, but just a nice, fun, simple layout using Chamel's Never Grow Up. It's just a fun collection to play with. And the focus for, I know, Rediscover Your Stash was to try and use up specialty paper. And so I posted this in there because I used the vellum, or not vellum, acetate sheet. So I did that. That was from that same fair trip. This is one of my favorite layouts I did. This, I made 2 giant shaker pockets. This is one of the Scrabble Sundays for our paper issues. So I made 2 giant shaker pockets and used up a bunch of sequins. This is in my Use Up the Things YouTube video. And I did some stamping, which was fun. Used up some old puffy stickers that I have in my stash. Lots of fun things. Used a ton of sequins up. And then this acetate feather that's been sitting in that bin forever. Just some old photos of my son. So cute. This was a surprise live, I think I did, or maybe it was a main live. I don't remember. I can't remember. But I did a live on paper issues and just wanted to do lots of color and keep it bright and clean. And that's what the challenge was for. It was clean sweep. So I kind of had this sitting on my desk, this collection just waiting to be used up, and some cardstock. And I just wanted to keep a very clean layout, and he needs to clean off his lap. So it kind of worked both ways. But did this, fell in love with it. It's super bright, super fun. I love it. And her face, look at that. You just can't. You can't. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. This was Danielle's live challenge. She does a live challenge every month. She does it on the 1st. So this is not going up on the 1st. It's probably more than likely going up on the 2nd. So make sure you go check paper issues to see what her live challenge was. But she always issues a challenge. And this was, we're supposed to use something that we haven't done in a long time, or that we've been wanting to do, a technique of some kind, and then it has to be about us. So I made this layout about me. I'm a fun mom, reminding my son that I am a fun mom. And it's been a really long time since I've done like background stamping and made like my own background. So I took this old Alexandra Reinke stamp or paper and stamped this beautiful butterfly I have from Hero Arts. And just did a lot of die cutting with my mini die cutting machine as well, just for fun, to add some stuff. It was a lot of fun to make because it was all just things I wanted to do. So that was really fun. And just some leftover stash items, essentially. So that was really fun. This was the other version of the sketch of the month I did. So instead of tiny scatterings, I did watercoloring. Galaxy Girl had done this amazing layout where she watercolored squares and then kind of layered them back up on top. And I really like that look, but I decided to just do a few of them. And I really kind of like that. It just kind of looks like it's exploding, and it's just documenting my son at his preschool. So that is a 2018. I'm just trying to keep these separate. Oh, this is the Insta Parade. You'll see this on Saturday. So there was that one. That was for the Insta Parade. This was for the month's Paper Issues Open Up Challenge. So I made this because I have a freestyle pen and I haven't played with it yet. So I literally just broke it out and just doodled. And I doodled lines, and I doodled lines here and here, and it's not my favorite thing that I've done, but it's a layout. It was fun. It just created some flow, and yeah. But this is what that was for. So I was playing with my freestyle pen. I'm still working on that. I have a couple other pages that I did use, or one at least, I did the freestyle pen on that you can see. This was just a fun page. So we did a telephone hop during the crop. You had 24 hours. It went really fast. I did so many things, I feel like, and this page is crazy, but it's a page just about me, my sisters, and my mom, and I just had lots of fun playing with texture and layers and put some mixed media behind and just played. So these are all Amy Tan papers and embellishments, and I kind of used a bunch of stuff up, which was really fun. But so that was a little telephone game that we played during the crop. So that was that. This was for the crop challenge, something about legs. Show us your legs, something like that. I don't remember. But it's a page about our matching leggings, me and my sisters at Christmas. And then I love that the little kids, each of our child's legs is in the picture as well. So that was one of my favorite things. So that's all that it has to do with. Did a lot of 2019. This crop was a crop challenge about friends. And this is just a really fun, simple page I did about my sisters and kind of our bond and our teal nails for ovarian cancer, which they're not super teal. It's close enough. A friend sent them to us and we all put them on. It was fun. But that was that. Goes in that. This was Tiptoe Through the Tulips was the name of the challenge. It was use all the flora. So I literally took Fifth and Monaco and I used all the flowers that were in the ephemera pack that were colored. And then I used the stamps and I stamped on some foiling and I used my freestyle pen and traced it. And it's, there's a learning curve, but I think they turned out pretty good. They're not as solid as you can tell, like some of them I was like, oh, that's the one I definitely started with, but they've got some gold shine to them. I really like it. It was really fun. Just a fun layout to do about me being on the design team for Paper Issues, and I'm loving it. Loving it, loving it. That was random was the challenge, and so this was literally a random day of my son eating a giant churro in a chair. And it's truly random. That's exactly what it is. So that is that. This I used Wildflowers and Honey, and then some of the Vicky Boutin mixed media paper, and I like that turned out really good. Got a lot of 2019 done, actually. Woohoo! This was Mixed Metal. It was for Confessions of a Paper Addict, one of their challenges for the birthday month. And I did it for something else, too, and I can't think of what challenge I did it for Paper Issues. But used Wildflowers and Honey, my niece and her puppy, and how much she snuggles with him, and it's just cute and fun. And I love it. And I used her, Vicky Boutin's, metallic paints. So I've got cobalt back here, and then we've got golds and gold glitter and rose gold and holographic gold and just all sorts of mixed metals there. This I did field trip, and I just did more pages, and this was like my first one of use up the things that I did for March, just trying to use up a ton of the things that were in this little bucket, and a lot of them were these wood veneer pieces from my Creative Cuts Club, and some of the sequins and these cards. So yeah, used up a bunch of that stuff, a little bit of cork left over. So just kind of did a fun pocket page of his first day of school, because I have a lot of 12 by 12, and we took so many photos that I just wanted to make sure I got them all in. So there's that first day of kindergarten. This was my green layout, my monochromatic fanatic challenge, which I'm loving, and I've been doing pages or videos as well every month, so look for that'll be coming up. I don't remember when I'm doing them. It's like first Wednesday, I don't know, I think I just pick a random day. So next in April I will do another one, so there's that. And since you don't see all these videos, this is the only reason I'm going through all this, so I'm really sorry if you're like painstakingly like, wow. This was just a Scrapple Sunday from Paper Issues, our normal Scrapple Sundays we have. Every Sunday there's a scrap lift to do. And so this one was super fun to do. Did some stitching, added some thread here and there. Looks like I gotta glue that down a little bit better. And I love these little envelopes because I tucked the journaling in there. And it's like, and if it wasn't something super like, oh, like you can always just look in there if you really want to. This is from that same vacation. This was also a Scrapple Sunday. I kind of took this a whole nother like place. Yeah, it was a nice wreath, but I had already done something kind of similar the previous month, so I wanted to try something new, and I just wanted to play with the acrylic pastes, or yeah, I think that's what they're called. They're like They're like a texture paste. And then the stencils. So I bled a little bit through them. Wasn't my cleanest work. Did some stitching and a wreath. So it kind of turned out, I don't know. It's kind of crazy, but I like it. It's fun. It's bright. This was one I did for the rainbow challenge at the crop, and also Virginia had challenged us to use a very large photo and make it prominent, and I love this picture of my son when he's graduating from his preschool, and so it was super fun also then to do this label treatment that I saw somebody do, and I told her I was going to steal it, and she said, go ahead. And I love the look, the layering up all the labels, and we got tons of labels in some of the kits, so this was a really fun layout to do. I did a lot of 2019. That's good. This was a cut above the challenge for paper issues where you had to keep everything above or use a cut file. There was a lot of different things you could do. And this one was super fun. I loved playing with all the ephemera from Let's Wander and kind of putting it on here and layering it up. I almost have this whole vacation scrapbook too, which is good. I gotta separate those out. Ooh. This was one of my favorite layouts to make. It was for Shake Your Shamrock was a challenge to make a shaker pocket. So I made, technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shaker pockets. But no, I made this cut file from paper issues out into a shaker pocket and then used a bunch of the rainbow colored sequins and scattered them around as well of my niece just loving her ice cream cone while we were at the fair. And so yeah, I love it. This was also a use up the things. This actually might have been the first one. So I had leftover insides of a cut file. I had all these little clay pieces that were like sequins. I had some flair. I had this patch, a lot of creative cuts goodies that it came. And it's a page about me on my girls' vacation we did a few years ago. So, and just played with some old stuff in my stash. And yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I like it. This one was a Scrabble Sunday that I did. I used mostly what's it called? Swag bag. And used these letters from Art Walk, but had a lot of fun just doing the layering of the 3x4 cards and layering up some fun girly things that I don't usually get to use, and using the doodle pops and of my niece just not wanting to go home on her vacation last year. And this was a Scrabble Sunday as well, using some Pink Fresh Studio. I almost killed this collection from Pink Fresh, but I have plenty of others, but just kept it really simple and clean. And this is just a reminder that I need to print a picture, because this is going her album. I need to print a picture for her album. And then last but not least, this was the sketch challenge for the crop. And I think it was a super hard sketch, but Kelly Feldman designed the sketch and she didn't think it was that hard. It was fun though. It was a good challenge to have this angled part, and I just was silly with the glasses, and it's just everybody catching fish, and I kind of put down what we all caught on vacation, so it was just kind of a fun layout to do. But yeah, that is all my layouts. You can keep your eyes posted. Keep your eyes open, I should say. But yeah, that is it. So 38 layouts, crazy. You'll see that other layout better on the Insta Hop if you watch it this weekend. Watch for the paper issues, or find me on Instagram. It's at JQCrafty. And then you can hop along and see all the other ladies that are just gonna do, we all have done layouts just of happiness, just layouts that make you happy. Because I think we all need a little happiness in this crazy world we're dealing with right now. So thanks for watching, you guys, and stay tuned for more videos. Oh, and I'm going to be joining some of the days. I'm going to be joining, Christy's doing another 30 days of sketches. I cannot do that many sketches in 1 month. I would love to, but I don't have the time for it. So, but I'm going to join her in a few days. So you'll definitely see me use those sketches when I'm doing my Use the Things videos. And off the board, I will probably use the sketch for that day, and maybe I'll do some others too. So, thanks for watching again. Bye!